Spring is exactly 2 weeks away, which means it's almost time for spring cleaning. And our next guest says, just like physical clutter, toxic habits at work can hold us back. So joining us today to share tips on how we can refresh our mindsets and reset workplace culture is modern leadership expert Mick Hunt. Welcome to Great Day, Washington. Thank you for being here.
Elaine, thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, listen, a lot of business leaders are focusing on their goals.
Yeah.
But you say it's important to kind of spring clean their habits too.
Absolutely, because they go together. You can't hit your year-end goal without creating the right habits. And just like in our day-to-day life, in our personal lives, we have some things that we need to declutter a little bit, right? Like I call it getting rid of your bed, those beliefs, excuses, and decisions that are limiting you from hitting the goals that you've set early in the year.
Yeah. Okay, well, what are some of those sort of toxic habits that leaders might have that might need to declutter?
Yeah, it's 2025, right? There's some outdated principles, some outdated habits. So the first one is micromanagement. I tell people all the time, micromanagement isn't leadership, it's fear. And so if you don't have trust in your team and they don't have trust in you, micromanagement is never going to happen. It's never going to be the way that we should do things. The second one, and this is something I had to learn myself, is that always on culture, right?
Yeah.
Like in 2025, mental health is real. Just because I can grind for 12 hours a day doesn't mean that my team and the people that I lead can. And so we don't need to celebrate always being on. I still work 12 hours a day, but I know how to pace myself better now, right? And so that's really important. And then that last one, that third thing, which is really, really, really important, Elaine.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm waiting. Yeah.
No, so you've got to ignore feedback. Or not you have to ignore, but you can't ignore feedback.
Okay.
A lot of leaders ignore feedback.
Right.
To me, feedback is a mirror.
Yeah.
Right? And you got to see it every day.
Yeah. So why do you think they're ignoring the feedback? They don't want to hear it? They don't think it's valuable feedback?
Because they think they're the leader. They make all the rules. They make all the decisions. So I don't care what Elaine thinks when I tell Elaine what to do. So we can't ignore that feedback.
So this is information you're bringing to companies like, hey, these are some things to keep in mind. Now, once you've kind of identified some of these older habits, what is a good way to reset the culture of the company?
Yeah, so if we talk about ignoring feedback as a bad thing to do, as a bad habit, well, check in with your team so you can get that feedback. And then listen. Great leaders listen, right? And then the third thing, or the second thing, is to encourage innovation. It's 2025. You've heard me say that a lot, right?
Yes.
AI is prevalent. Technology is changing. Incorporate that into what you do. And then foster inclusivity, right? People work together really well. The energy that we have together is better than the energy we have working in silos. So bring people together, but bring them together with purpose.
Yeah, there's also a sort of younger generation, right? And they have different habits. They text to communicate, just things like that. So it sounds like what you're saying is be with the times. It's 2025. Know your audience, and as a leader, kind of mimic a little bit what they're going through. Now, why do you say mid-year is the ideal time to do this decluttering?
Yeah, so I'm a sports guy, right? Every sport, I don't care what the sport is, there's a break, whether it's a quarter or halftime, some sports, all of that, right? Well, what they do is they do self-reflection. What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? And then they adjust the goal. Sometimes the target has to move, right? Like just because this project is going well doesn't mean all projects are going to go well. Or maybe this project is going wrong. Well, there's something we're doing. So let's adjust what we're doing within there. So I think doing it mid-year, doing it quarterly, whatever works for your business, for your organization is critical because you have time to do an assessment of what's going on, do an audit of where we are, and then move the target if we need to.
Kind of like that old what is it? The Monday morning quarterback. Like, don't do that. Like, let's address it at halftime so we can get ahead and win the game. Don't wait till it's over, we lose, and then everyone's complaining.
Absolutely.
That's right. Thank you so much for being here. It's really great information.
Elaine, thanks for having me.
Thank you. For more on Mick, check out his website, mickunplugged.com.